No, shalom. So I got hacked on my last session. I'm gonna try it again. And whoever's gonna hack me from now on, consider your entire nation perished, gone. It'll be gone within the next 50 years. Your nation, whoever's hacking me, his nation will be gone. And probably more than that, the hacker's race will be destroyed. Not gone but destroyed. The race to whom the hacker belongs will be destroyed, and the nation in which the hacker belongs will be gone, annihilated, completely gone off the map in 50 years. You're being warned. This is not a normal thing I'm doing. What do you think I'm doing? Can you read it? Can you find anybody who reads this in Aryan accent? So there's my warning. Now I don't have to get angry. Yeah, warning. That's what warnings are for. Warning, you give warning so you don't get angry. That's what warnings are for. Here we go. Yoga Sutra, Book 1, Sutra 20. When I read this version, because it's got the... I'm my second time reading now. Shraddha Virya Samurti Shraddha Virya Samurti Samadhi Prajna Pulvaka Itare Shwama Upaya Pratyayo Yoginam Pavati Shraddha Chatasaha Samprasadaha. One more. Shraddha Chatasaha Samprasadaha. Sang hi janani va kalyanui yoginam pangati nasyam hi shraddhatha nasyam vivekaitino viryamupajayatem samupajata viryasyam samurtirupatishitatem samurtiupasatane jang chittatamana kulam samadhiyatem Samahita chittatasyam parajinya viveka upavaitatem yana yathaite vasutu janati. Second version. Yatha... forgot. Yatha badu vasutu. Yana yatha badu vasutu. Yatha, they should have put the whole word there. Yatha badu vasutu. Yana yatha badu vasutu janati tadapyam sat tat vishayam ch tadapyam sat tat vishayam ch cham vairagya dasamprachinyatah samadhi bhavati. Once more from here. Tadapyam sat tat satadapyam sat tat vishayam ch cham vairagya dasamprachinyatah samadhi bhavati. Okay. Oh yeah, and there's a second version. Tadavi. Okay, so it skips one. Tadapyam sat tad vishayam ch cham vairagya dasamprachinyatah samadhi bhavati. No, shalom. Okay. That which follows upon belief, energy, mindfulness, and concentration and insight is that to which the others attain. That caused by the means is that to which yogins attain. Belief is the mental approval, for like a good mother, it protects the yogin. For him believing and setting discrimination as his goal, there is the further attainment of energy. For him who has reached the further attainment of energy, mindfulness is at hand. And when mindfulness is at hand, the mind stuff is self-possessed and becomes concentrated. When his mind stuff has become concentrated, he gains as his portion the discrimination of insight by which he perceives things as they really are. Through the practice of these means and through passionlessness directed to this end, there arises that concentration which is not conscious. Okay. Veda next, thank you. One second. Huh. Oh, I see, okay. Sorry, the color got changed and I can't see. Veda, hymn 63. Book 5. I shouldn't have done that. 300, and then as a mirror, I go to 100, and then. Okay, here we go. No, shalom. Seven long shlokas. Yotasiyam kopang bati deshitato ratam satya taimanoe parame biomani. Second try. Ratasiyam kopang bati deshitato ratam satya taimanoe parame biomani. Last try. Ratasiyam kopang bati deshitato ratam satya taimanoe parame biomani. Yamatram mitram varuna vato yubam tasmai Borashatul matu matu pinun batem Borashatul matu matu pinun batem Borashatul matu matu pinun bate divaha. Second try. Yamatram mitram varuna vato yubam tasmai Borashatul matu matu pinun bate divaha. It's the last try. Yamatram mitram varuna vato yubam tasmai Borashatul matu matu pinam bate divaha. Moving on. Samurang jang vasiyang puvanasiyang rang jato mitrang varuna vidate subaldoro changam Borashatuim bangam rang to amurotatu vami mahe tiang vang purativi vi jarananti danyavaha. 사무랑장 우그랑 보르샤팡 디바스바티 보르티비앙 미트랑 바로너 비자셔노이 चित्तरे फिरा फराई रूपं चित्तरे फिरा फराई रूपं तिष्ठथोम रथम रावम तियं वाशराथोम वाशयाथोम asuransiyang mangyayang. Second try. Mitra pira prairupang mitra pira prairupang tishtatom mitra pira prairupang tishtatom ravam tiang pashayato asuransiyang mangyayang. Last try. Chitra pira prairupang tishtatom ravam tiang pashayato asuransiyang mangyayang. Mangyang pang mitrang varuna divi shritang suryo jyotisharati chitramang yutama dhamma prana parashatoya guhato divi paljaniang drapasang matumanantang iratem. Second try. Shloka 4. Dhamma prana parashatoya guhato divi paljaniang drapasang matumanantang iratem. Ratham yunjate marutah shuphe sukham shuro na mitrang varuna gabshitoishu rajang si chitrang vi charananti tanyabo divah samurang jang payasang na ukushotam pangcham su mitrang varuna varavatim viravatim mitrang varuna viravatim paljanyasya chitrang padati tevishwi matim. Second try. Oh, is that the end? Wow, just 2 left. Pangcham su mitrang varuna varavat viravatim. Pangcham su mitrang varuna viravatim paljanyasya chitrang padati tevishwi matim. Aprang pasata marutah su mangyayang tiang pashayata maruna marepasama pashayata maruna marepasama. Second try. Aprang pasatam marutah su mangyayang tiang pashayata maruna marepasama. Last try. Aprang pasata marutah su mangyayang tiang pashayata maruna marepasama. Pashayata maruna marepasama. Moving on. Taimana mitrang varuna vipashachitang pratang pakushwate asurasya mangyayang. Second try. Taimana mitrang varuna vipashachitang pratang pakushwate asurasya mangyayang. Ratena Vishevam Puvanam Vi Rangajatah Suryamang Tatato Divi Chitriyam Ratam. No, Shalom. Guardians of order, ye whose laws are ever true, in the sublimest heaven your chariot ye ascend. O Mitra Varuna, whomsoever ye favor, here to him the rain with sweetness streameth down from heaven. This world's imperial kings, O Mitra Varuna, ye rule in holy synod, looking on the light. We pray for rain, your boon and immortality. Through heaven and over earth the thunderers take their way. Imperial kings, strong heroes, lords of earth and heaven, Mitra Varuna and Varuna. Imperial kings, strong heroes, lords of earth and heaven, Mitra and Varuna, ye ever active ones. Ye wait on thunder with the many tinted clouds, and by the Asura's magic power cause heaven to rain. Your magic, Mitra Varuna, resteth in the heaven. The sun, the wondrous weapon, cometh forth as light. Ye hide him in the sky with cloud and flood of rain, and water drops by Janya, full of sweetness flow. The Maruts yoke their easy car for victory, O Mitra Varuna, as a hero in the wars. The thunderers roam through regions buried in their hues. Imperial kings, bedew us with the milk of heaven. Refreshing is your voice, O Mitra Varuna. Paljanya sendeth out a wondrous mighty voice. With magic power the Maruts clothe them with the clouds. Ye too cause heaven to rain, the red, the spotless one. Wise, with your law and through the Asura's magic power, ye guard the ordinances, Mitra Varuna. Ye by eternal order govern all the world. Ye set the sun in heaven as a refulgent car. Upanishad next. Thank you. Taititiri Upanishad. Okay. Starting from here. Yeah, it's half a page long. And there's 3 for prolonging the vowel in the form. Through, through. I'm gonna ignore this. I'm just gonna read what it says here. It says gachati through, and it says that's 3 for prolonging the vowel in the form, but you don't pronounce that anyway. Here we go. No, shalom. Asanan nevan pavati. Asadu brahmati Veda chat. Brahmati. Asadu brahmati Veda chat. Asati brahmati chat Vedam. Sanantamenam tato viduriti. Tasyaishu evan shangrira atman. Yah pulvasyam. Athatonu prashnah. Utang abhidavanamum lokam pratyam. Utang abhidavanamum lokam pratyam. Okay, and now this thing here. Kashachana kachachati tra. Prolonging the vowel. Okay, I'm gonna do second version based on what it says. Kashachana kachachati. Okay, that's what it says. I prolonged it 3 times. Aho vidyapanamum lokam pratyam. And now I'm gonna do 2 versions. Kashichita samanushit shunutang. Kashichita samanushut samashunut. Kashichita samashunutang atara u. Second version. Kashachita samashunutang u. Okay. Sokang mayatang Pahusyam prajayayati sang tapotapyatam sang tapasatapatavang. I'm gonna say that again. Sang tapasatapatavang idam sarvamasarajatam yadidam kinchang tatasarashatavang tadavanuparavishat tadanuparavishiyam sachacham tyachacham bhavat nirukatam chang nilayanam chang Vijñānam chang satyam naratam chang satyama bhavat yadidam kinchang tata satyamityang chakushatam tadapyesha shloko bhavati. No, shalom. Iti shashutronupankah. No title in the Sanskrit. I'm not reading the title. The space that is within the heart. The space that is within the heart. Therein is the person, consisting of mind, immortal, resplendent. That which hangs down between the palates, like a nipple that is Inandra's place of exit. Palates. That which hangs down between the palates, like a nipple that is Inandra's place of exit. It's covering myself. Okay. Piercing the head at the point, there is the edge of the hair. With the word pul, he stands upon Agni, fire. With the word puvas, upon Vayu, wind. With the word subal, upon Aditya, the sun. With the word mahas, upon Brahman. He obtains soft rule. He obtains the Lord of the mind, Lord of the voice, Lord of the eye, Lord of the ear, Lord of the understanding. This and more he becomes, even Brahman, whose body is space, whose soul is the real, whose pleasure ground is the breathing spirit, whose mind is bliss, abounding in tranquility, immortal. Thus, Oprachina Yogyam, men of the ancient yoga worship. He obtains the Lord of the mind, Lord of the voice, Lord of the eye, Lord of the ear, Lord of the understanding. This and more he becomes even Brahma, whose body is space, whose soul is the real, whose pleasure ground is the breathing spirit, whose mind is bliss, abounding in tranquility, immortal. Thus, Oprachina Yogyam, man of the ancient yoga worship. Thus ends the 6th Anubhava. That was in the Sanskrit, which is not here. Okay. Next and last is Ramayana. So it will be a very quick session. It's partially because I'm only doing this twice a week now. So every time I'm reading Sanskrit, I'm really excited to read Sanskrit because I'm only doing it twice a week. And before, it got hectic. Yeah, you don't want anything you practice to get hectic. You want to switch things around, do what you're gonna do. What the hell? That thing won't go away. Okay. $224. Nothing works. Oh, maybe I'm being hacked again. Let me just check my stream. I'm okay. Alright, so today is 75, I believe. Yep, 75. Here we go. Pancha sabuttatitamaha saikaha. Namaste. Not shalom. It's the oldest text. It's the oldest epic. Sorry, it's the oldest epic. Here we go. Not shalom. Rama tasharate virang viriam te shuruyatadu puttama. Second try. Rama tasharate virang viriam te shuruyatadu puttama. Last try. Rama tasharate virang viriam te shuruyatadu puttama. Tanu for padanam jaivan nikilena mayang shurutama. Dadadu puttama jinintiyam jang padanam tanu shasatatangam. Second try. Dadadu puttama jinintiyam jang padanam tanu shasatatangam. Last try. Dadadu puttama jinintiyam jang padanam tanu shasatatangam. Dacha churtuvang hamanu pranapato tanul guru hyang param tanul guru hyang param shupama. Second try. Dacha churtuvang hamanu pranapato tanul guru hyang param shupama. Last try. Dacha churtuvang hamanu pranapato tanul guru hyang param shupama. Dadidam kora samkang sham jamadaganyam mahadatanuha. Second try. Dadidam kora samkang sham jamadaganyam mahadatanuha. Purayasava Sharenoiva Sivabalam Taichayasava Jam Tadaham Te Balam Durashatavang Tanushopiasya Puranoem Devanandava Yudatam Pradang Asyami Piryashalanga Kyamaham Tavam. Tasyang Tadu Vachanam Shrutavang Rangjang Tasharathasadang Vishanuna Vadano Dinaha Pranjalivang Kyama Prabhit Kushatra Roshot Prashanan Tasadavam Brahmanoshachang Mahatapang Panglanganam Mama Putrano Mapayam Datu Mahasi. Second try. Panglanganam Mama Putrano Mapayam Datu Mahasi. Paiga Panganam Kule Jantaha Sivang Tiaya Vrata Shalinam Sasra Kushwe Prati Chinyaya Shasatram Prakushwe Putavanganasi. Sa Devam Talmaparo Putavang Kashyapangaya Pasumtaram Datatavang Panamupangagamia Mahanandara Kurata Chatana, Mahanandara Kurata Chatana, Mahanandara Kurata Chatana, Mahanandara Kurata Chatana. Wow. Second try. Let me just check my okay, still live. Tatatavanga Panamupangamia Mahanandara Kurata Chatanaha Katanaha Mahanandara Kurata Keta Mahanandara Kurata Katanaha. Last try. Tatatavanga Panamupangamia Mahanandara Kurata Katanaha. Mama Savabina Ashayam Samamparaputasatavam Mahamunem. Second try. Mama Savabina Ashaya Samamparaputasatavam Mahamunem. Na Chaikasamina Hatte Rame Sabe Jiva Mahe Payama. Purvatievam Dasharathe Janam Jamadagniyaha Pratapavana. Second try. Purvatievam Dasharathe Jamadagniyaha Pratapavana. Anadurutiyam tu Tadavakyam Ramameva Pyapashotam. I want to say 10 again, the whole thing. Purvatievam Dasharathe Jamadagniyaha Pratapavana. Anadurutiyam tu Tadavakyam Ramameva Pyapashotam. Āmēn tuve Tanushui Shereshutwe Divya Loka Pipu Jitem. Second try. Pipu Jitem. Āmēn tuve Tanushui Shereshutwe Divya Loka Pipu Jitem. Durutwe Palavati Mukhye Sukrotem Vishvakaimanoem. One more time. Durutwe Palavati Mukhye Sukrote Vishvakaimanoem. Anusurashatam Surairekam Turiyamam Bakangaya Yujuttu Sabem. Turipuraknam Narashirashutwe Paganam Kakutustam Yatituvan Yangnam. I'm gonna read from the beginning again. Anusurashatam Surairekam Turiyamam Bakangaya Yujuttu Sabe. Turiyamam Bakangaya Yujuttu Sabe. Turipu, last try. Anusurashatam Surairekam Turiyamam Bakangaya Yujuttu Sabe. Turipuraknam Narashirashupha Paganam Kakutustam Yatituvan Yangnam. Sorry. Idam Devitiyam Dulkaisham Vishnul Datatam Surotatamaiha. Second try. This is Shloka 13 right now. I want to just see how long this thing is. 28. Almost halfway. My mouse is not working. Here we go. Idam Devitiyam Dulkaisham Vishnul Datatam Surotatamaiha. Last try. Idam Devitiyam Dulkaisham Vishnul Datatam Surotatamaiha. Tadidam Vaishnavam Rama Tanuha Parapuram Jayama. Samanasaram Kakutustam Raudurenam Tanushwa Dividama. Second try. Shloka 40. Samana sangaram ka kutusutha raudurana tanufua devidama tadang tu devatang saivang parachachananti sama pitamahama. Apiprangayam tu pijinyangaya devatanganam pitamaha birotam janayang mangsa tayoh satyavatang parah. Birote tu mahad yudhama pavad romahal shanama. Second try. This wire is always getting in the way. Birote tu mahad yudhama pavad romahal shanama. Last try. Birotem tu mahad yudhama pavad romahal shanama. Shitikanatasyam Vishnushicam Parasa Parajaya Shunoha Parasa Parajaya Shunoha. Second try. Shitikanatasyam Vishnushicam Parasa Parajaya Shunoha Parasa Parajaya Shunoha Shuinoha Jaya Shuinoha. Parasa Parajaya Shuinoha. Last try. Shitikanatasyam Vishnushicam Parasa Parajaya Shuinoha Parasa Parajaya Shuinoha. Tadang tu Jerumam Pitam Shaivam Tanul Pi Ma Parang Akramama Tanul Pi Ma Parang Akramama. Second try. Tadang tu Jerumam Pitam Shaivam Tanul Pi Ma Parang Akramama. Last try. Tadang tu Jerumam Pitam Shaivam Tanul Pi Ma Parang Akramama. Humkang Rena Mahadevah Sitamam Pitotam Dirilokjana. Second try. Humkang Rena Mahadevah Sitamam Pitotam Dirilokjana. Devai Sitadang Samagamia Salshui Sangankah Sachara Noiha. Second try. Devai Sitadang Samagamia Salshui Sangankah Sachara Noiha. Yang Chitang Parashamam Tat. Last try. Devai Sitadang Samagamia Salshui Sangankah Sachara Noiha. Yang Chitang Parashamam Tatra Jagmatu Sitang Surotatamau. Jerumam Pitam Tad Tanodrashatavang Shaivam Vishnu Parakramaiha Atikam Menire Vishnum Tavang Salshui Gana Satatang Tanu Rudrasutu Samkuruto Videheshu Mahayachang. Second try. Tanu Rudrasutu Samkuruto Videheshu Mahayachang. Last try. Tanu Rudrasutu Samkuruto Videheshu Mahayachang. Devaratasya Rajashwel Dadao Hasate Sasayakama. Second try. Shwel Dadao. Devaratasya Rajashwel Dadao Hasate Sasayakama. Last try. Devaratasya Rajashwel Dadao Hasate Sasayakama. Idam Jang Vaishnavam Rangama Tanuha Parapuram Jayama Rachikem 발갑에 프라다드 프슈노허 사 니아사 무트타마마. Second trial. They divided. You see the gap between one chok. From the arrow, just about 7 more to go. Rachika Palgatem Rachika Palgavem Pradad Vishnuha Sa Nyasa Mutatamama Rachika Sutu Mahatejang Putrasya Pratikaimana Pitul Mama Dadao Divyam Jamadagune Mahatamana Jamadagune. One more time. Pitul Mama Dadao Divyam Jamadagune Mahatamana. Okay. 6 left. Nyasata Shasatarem Pitari Mem Tapobala Samanambite Tapobala Samanambitem. Second try. Nyasata Shasatarem Pitari Mem Tapobala Samanambitem Aljanum Vidate Morotium Prakratang Buddhima Satitaha Buddhima Satitaha. Second try. Aljanum Vidate Morotium Prakratang Buddhima Satitaha. Did I miss one? They went back to the regular spacing. Vatama Paratiru Pam tu Pituha Shrutuvanga Sudarunama Koshatra Mutasadayam Rosha Jantam Jatamaneka Shaha Jatamaneka Shaha. 24, 28 is the last one. Koshatra Mutasadayam Rosha Jantam Jatamaneka Shaha. Last try. Kushatara Mutasadayam Rosha Jantam Jatamanekashaha Protivim Jakilam Prapya Kashyapanya Mahatmane Yajinyasyan Tedadam Rama Takushwinam Punuya Kaimanwe. I could say it again. You know, the whole thing. Protivim Jakilam Prapya Kashyapanya Mahatmanem Yajinyasyan Tedadam Rama Takushwinam Punuya Kaimanuem. Datatavanga Mahanandara Nila Yasata Pobalab Samanam Vitaha. Meow 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 meow. Datatavanga Mahanandara Nila Yasata Pobala Samanam Vitaha. Shrutavanga Tu Tanusho Padam Tatoham Drutama Gataha. Tadevam Vaishnavam Rama Petro Paitamaham Mahat Koshadra Taimam Burasa Korotian Kuruhunui Shavan Tanurutamama Tanurutamama. Kuruhunui Shavan. I'm gonna say this one more time. Koshadra Taimam Burasa Korotian Kuruhunui Shavan Tanurutamama Yoja Yasavan Tanuhashirashutwe Sharam Parapuram Jayama Yadi Shakutosi Ka Kutusatan Devanandavam Dasyami Tetataha. Not Shalom. Not too bad. 20 minutes. Repeating over and over. 20 minutes. Ityang Shwe Shri Madramayanwe Paramikiye Andikang Vie Palakanandwe Mancha Sabatati Tamaha Salgaha. Okay. So this session, this is probably the only session I did maybe 2 other sessions without cannabis for the whole year and a half. This is like my 3rd session without cannabis. I ran out of money. And this thing is empty, but it's still blowing some. It says 0% storage, whatever. But it's still got flavor. So it's got no nicotine in it, but it has flavorings still. Oh, now the bad bottom taste is coming out. Okay, here we go. Canto 75. O Rama, O valiant son of Dasharatha, your prowess is reported to be marvelous, and your feat in the shape of breaking the bow has also been heard of by me in all its details. I'm going to say that again. O Rama, O valiant son of Dasharatha, your prowess is reported to be marvelous, and your feat in the shape of breaking the bow has also been heard of by me in all its details. Breaking the bow in the way you have done is marvelous and cannot be conceived. Hearing of it, I have arrived, taking another sacred bow. Therefore, bidding this great and terrible-looking bow received from Jamadagni, with an arrow, simply draw it to its full length and demonstrate your might. Having witnessed that strength of yours in drawing this bow too at full length, I shall offer you a single combat, which will bring credit to your valor. Hearing that challenge of Parashurama, King Dasharatha felt miserable, and, pulling a long face, forthwith spoke with joined palms as follows. Having given up your anger towards the Kshatriyas, you have grown very calm, and, being a Brahmana and a great ascetic, you ought to give assurance of safety to my juvenile sons. Born in the line of the Bhaigavas, distinguished for their study of the Vedas and sacred vows, you have relinquished the arms giving your word of honor to Inandra. As such, you set your mind on piety and gave away the earth to sage Kashyapa, and, retiring to the woods, took up your abode on Mount Mahanandra. For my total annihilation you have appeared, O great sage, and we shall all cease to live if Rama alone is killed. Turning a deaf ear to his entreaty, however, even though Dasharatha prayed as aforesaid, the glorious Parashurama continued to address Sri Rama alone. These 2 excellent heavenly bows, strong, powerful, and foremost as they are, were adored by the whole world. Frigging words in between parentheses. These 2 excellent heavenly bows, strong, powerful, and foremost as they are, were adored by the world and were cleverly manufactured by Vishvakarma. One which has been broken by you, O scion of Kakutasutta, was handed over by the gods to Lord Shiva, eager to fight, and succeeded in killing him, O jewel among men. The second one, hard to prevail against, was given by the foremost of the gods to Lord Vishnu. This is the same bow of Lord Vishnu, which is able to reduce the enemy's stronghold, O Rama. I'm going to read it again. My injury is acting up now. The second one, hard to prevail against, was given by the foremost of the gods to Lord Vishnu. This is the same bow of Lord Vishnu, which is able to reduce the enemy's stronghold, O Rama. It is in fact equal in strength to the bow of Rudra, O scion of Kakutasutta. At that very time, all the gods put a question to Brahma, with a view to ascertaining the strength and weakness of Lord Shiva and Vishnu. Reading the mind of the gods, Brahma, the foremost of the votaries of truth, for his part sowed the seed of discord between the 2 divinities. As a sequel to that tension, a terrible and thrilling combat actually ensued between Lord Shiva and Vishnu, Lords Shiva and Vishnu, who were eager to conquer each other. I'm going to read that again. As a sequel to that tension, a terrible and thrilling combat actually ensued between Lords Shiva and Vishnu, who were eager to conquer each other. In the course of that combat, of course, the bow of Lord Shiva, possessed as it was of terrible strength, was rendered inoperative, and the three-eyed Lord Mahadeva struck motionless by the roar. I'm gonna read that again. I guess Vishnu won. Of course. In the course of that combat, of course, the bow of Lord Shiva, possessed as it was of terrible strength, was rendered inoperative. I can't say it. Inoperative. I'm gonna say the sentence one more. Inoperative. My injury is preventing me. In the course of that combat, of course, the bow of Lord Shiva, possessed as it was of terrible strength, was rendered inoperative, and the three-eyed Lord Mahadeva struck motionless by the roar. The two foremost divinities came to terms on that occasion when they were approached and entreated on that spot by the gods, accompanied by hosts of Rashis as well as by Charanas to compose their differences. I'm going to read it again. The two foremost divinities came to terms on that. Okay, I can't say these fucking words because of my injuries. The two foremost divinities came to terms on that occasion when the two foremost divinities came to terms on that occasion when they were approached and entreated on that spot by the gods, accompanied by hosts of Rashis as well as by Charanas to compose their differences. Seeing the celebrated bow of Lord Shiva rendered inoperative as aforesaid by the prowess of Lord Vishnu, the gods along with the hosts of Rashis accounted Lord Vishnu superior. Feeling enraged, the most illustrious Lord Rudran, thereupon delivered the bow together with the arrows into the hands of the royal sage Devaragatam, born in the line of the Veda kings. Lord Vishnu, on the other hand, O Rama, made over the superb bow of his own, capable of subduing the enemy's stronghold, as a trust to Ratrikan, a scion of sage Pragu. I'll say that again. Sorry, Ratrikan. Lord Vishnu, on the other hand, O Rama, made over the superb bow of his own, capable of subduing the enemy's stronghold, as a trust to Rachikan, a scion of sage Pragu. The highly glorious Rachikan, in his turn, bestowed a heavenly gift on his son, the high-souled Jamadagni, my father, who was too good to retaliate a wrong. Reckoning my father, who had given up the use of arms and was richly endowed with spiritual energy, earned through his austerities as a common man, Arjuna caused his death. Hearing of my father's most cruel and unmerited death, I for my part uprooted more than once, out of indignation, the Kshatriyas, even as they were born. Having acquired the entire globe, I gifted it, O Rama, to the high-souled sage Kashyapa, of meritorious deeds by way of sacrificial fee at the end of a sacrifice. Having made the gift, I took up my abode on Mount Mahanindra. Richly endowed with energy earned through austerities, however, I expeditiously arrived here from that place on hearing of the breaking of the bow. Expeditiously. I'm gonna read it again, sorry. Having made the gift, I took up my abode on Mount Mahanindra, richly endowed with energy earned through austerities. However, I expeditiously arrived here from that place on hearing of the breaking of the bow. Placing above all the noble duty of a Kshatriyan, O Rama, take the celebrated and superb bow belonging to Lord Vishnu, a little tired. Placing above all the noble duty of a Kshatriyan, O Rama, take the celebrated. Placing above all the noble duty of a Kshatriyan, O Rama, take the celebrated and superb bow belonging to Lord Vishnu inherited by me through my father from my grandfather. Why is there a friggin' parenthesis here? I'm gonna read that one more time. Something's going on. Why did the volume just get loud? No, it didn't get loud. Alright, last sentence. Second to the last sentence. Placing above all the noble duty of a Kshatriyan, O Rama, take the celebrated and superb bowl belonging to Lord Vishnu, inherited by me through my father from my grandfather. And fit the arrow. I think this whole thing is in parentheses. Yeah. And fit the arrow capable of reducing the stronghold of an enemy to this foremost of bows, provided you are equal to it, O scion of Kakutus time. Then I shall offer a single combat to you. And fit the arrow capable of reducing the stronghold of an enemy to this foremost of bows, provided you are equal to it, O scion of Kakutus time. Then I shall offer a single combat to you. Done. Thus ends Canto 75 in the Bangla canon of the glorious Ramayana Varamiki, the book of Rashri and the oldest topic. Alright, I'm done. Thank you very much. This is the only live stream for the day. Tomorrow's Kabbalah Magic at 9:15 a.m. I'm gonna chant the whole day. Probably watching a movie or two later. Thank you. Have a good day. No, shalom. Yeah, this is one of my, I've only done maybe 3 sessions without cannabis, and this is one of them. The other 2 were horrible. That's why I never do these sessions without the use of cannabis. But it hasn't even been an hour. So yeah. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. No, shalom.